if we look at the 2023 figure, there's a 12.9% increase in local production for tobacco. So yan ang tanong, dumami ang production ng tobacco, bakit bumaba ang singil natin ng excise taxes? Palaisipan yon, di ba? If you look at the 2021 figure for local production, kahit bumaba ang local production ng 2.9%, tumaas naman po ng 16.9% ang kanilang koleksyon. So ibig sabihin po, medyo malaki ang problema ng pagkolekta ng buwis ng BIR in 2023.
Yes, sir. Good morning, Your Honors. A numbered substitute bill to House Bill number 10329, entitled An Act Strengthening Administration of Excise Tax on Tobacco Products, Cigars, Cigarettes, Heated Tobacco Products, Vapor Products, and Novel Tobacco Products, amending for the purpose the National Internal Revenue Code of 1997 as amended, authored by Representative Salceda, Quimbo, and Reyes. Sir, Your
Thank
Honors.
you. There was actually last week a proposal to amend the cigarette taxes by some of our members, by a member. So in order to further edify, that's why the decision of the committee is really just to let the track and trace through without any further amendments, but just to give us the justification for why we did let it just pass. So may I recognize Congresswoman Stella Quimbo,
Okay?
whose whole life is well known as a health economist.
Salamat, Mr. Chair. And
Where's your presentation?
yes, kindly load my deck, Comsec.
No presentation beyond 10. No joke.
Just 5 slides, Chair.
Okay.
Yes, so as you had mentioned, last week we debated on that proposed amendment to include a moratorium on the sin tax rates as embedded in RA 11346. And one provision of that law states that effective January 1, 2024, there will be a 5% annual increase in tax rates. And that has the purpose of keeping sin taxes at a constant level in real terms. Yun lang naman po ang purpose noon. So that 5% tax just aligns with the annual inflation rate. So the purpose is clear: to prevent public health gains of the sin tax from being eroded. Kaya naman, ang moratorium o yung hindi muna pagpapatupad ng 5% increase sa taong 2026, kasi yun po yung pinopropose, ay nangangahulugang bababa ang tunay o ang real tax rate sa taong 2026. Ibig sabihin, kung hindi ipapatupad ang 5% increase, ang halagang 66.15 na sisingilin for every pack of cigarettes sa taong 2026 ay hindi tunay na magiging kapareho ng 66.15 sa taong 2025 dahil sa inflation. And let me just remind everyone na ang tagumpay ng sin tax law noong 2012 ay madaling ipaliwanag. Dahil naging mas mahal ang sigarilyo noong 2012, malaki kasi po ang in-increase ng sin taxes from 2012 to 2013. It jumped from 12 pesos per pack to 25 pesos per pack. So because of that, kumonti po ang naninigarilyo. So these are the public health gains. Lumaki din ang kinokolektang buwis ng ating gobyerno. These are the public revenue gains. So as you can see in this slide, from 2013 to 2021, so if you look at from 2013 adult smokers, 14.6 million. Bumaba siya to 13.7 million, 12.9 in 2019, 2021, 12.3 million. Ganon din po sa youth smokers, monotonically declining from 1.4 million to 500,000 in 2021. Pagdating naman po sa cigarette excise tax collections, as you can see, from 2015 to 2019 to 2021, ganun din po, increasing po ang ating excise tax collections. However, something happened in 2023. Okay po, so yun ang aming pinagdebatihan last week. So if you look at this slide, 2023, the tax rate per pack, 60 pesos. Bumaba po ang excise tax collection to 136 billion pesos. At ito po ang sinasabi ng BIR, ang sabi nila, tila nagkaroon ng Laffer effect. So ang sabi nila, ibig sabihin, baka masyado nang mataas ang tax rate, baka kumonte na ang naninigarilyo, kaya mababa na ang aming koleksyon. Okay, but pag titignan po natin ang datos mula sa FNRI, ay kita naman natin 2023 data from FNRI ay tumaas naman po ang both adult smokers as well as adolescent smokers. As you can see, there's a sharp increase in both adult smokers and youth smokers. From 2021 to 2023, adult smokers increased from 12.3 million to 16.1 million. That's a sharp increase. And for youth smokers, it doubled from 500,000 to 1 million. So, hindi pwedeng tama yung sinasabi ng BIR na Laffer effect po ang nangyari in 2023. So, ano kaya ang pwedeng dahilan ng pagbaba po ng collection ng BIR? So, pwede po natin tignan ang susunod na slide. Pag titignan po natin ang local production, if we look at the 2023 figure, there's a 12.9% increase in local production for tobacco. So yan ang tanong, dumami ang production ng tobacco, bakit bumaba ang singil natin ng excise taxes? Palaisipan yon, di ba? If you look at the 2021 figure for local production, kahit bumaba ang local production ng 2.9%, tumaas naman po ng 16.9% ang kanilang koleksyon. So ibig sabihin po, medyo malaki ang problema ng pagkolekta ng buwis ng BIR in 2023. Dahil marami ang production in 2023, pero ang laki po ng pagbaba ng kanilang collection in 2023, it dropped by 13.7%. So it is really a problem of illicit trade. And makikita po natin, there's a 6% drop in importation. So if you combine that with a tremendous increase in smokers, pwede natin sabihin ay malamang they are really smoking illicit cigarettes. So yun po, may smuggling at so yun ang may problema tayo sa illicit trade. Okay. So, mapupunta tayo sa isang mahalagang tanong which is related to the proposed moratorium. Yung po bang mataas na tax rates, did that cause smuggling? Kasi yun lang ang nakakita kong basehan kung bakit pinopropose ang moratorium. Ang tingin ko naman po ay the answer is no. Because in previous years, so there is data to show that yes, from 2008 illicit trade was estimated at 2.6%, but by 2020, illicit trade was estimated at 13.6%. So tumaas tremendously. So, pwede natin sabihin that because of the tax rates, high tax rates, tumaas ang smuggling. But, nakita naman natin na kahit tumaas ang tax rates, mataas pa rin ang collection. Diba? Today, the situation is we have high tax rates, but there is low collection. Diba? So we cannot blame high tax rates as the one causing illicit trade. So yun ang sinasabi ko. So, ang tingin kong problema kung bakit mababa ang collection ng excise tax in 2023, apart from illicit trade, is the fact that the tax regime for vapor products is not rational. Why? Because if we look at the next slide, with the introduction of vape products, we are finding that vape products, net of sin taxes, are cheaper, are way cheaper compared to cigarettes. And this is because of the tax rates. So I painstakingly computed on a per stick basis the cost of these products, cigarettes, vapor products, and heated tobacco products. So ito po, kinuha ko from various data sources. Unit cost here pertains to production cost plus excise tax plus the VAT. At ito na po, for cigarettes, it's 3.15. For vapor products, it's 2.18. For heated tobacco products, it's 1.7. The unit cost, is the second column. It's 3.9. For vapor products, it's 3.6. And for heated tobacco products, it's 3.0. So makikita po natin na mas mura po ang vapor products and heated tobacco products considerably compared to the traditional cigarettes. And that's the reason for why we are seeing a shift away from traditional cigarettes towards vapor products as well as heated tobacco products. And the reason is because if you look at the last column, the current excise tax rates for vapor products and heated tobacco products are much lower. Para sa sigarilyo po, it's 3.15 per stick. Para sa vapor products, it's only 2.18 per stick. For heated tobacco products, it's only 1.70 per stick. So, if we look, next slide please. And so again, just to remind you, ito po ay nanggaling sa FNRI, nakita po natin na particularly among the youth, nakikita po natin that they are shifting away from traditional cigarettes and towards vape products. So, ayan po yung shift in preferences. So, next please. And so, just to summarize, in 2023, what we're seeing as a reduction in excise tax collection is an indication, I believe, of two things. One is increased illicit trade, and second, an irrational tax regime for vape products. And so, next please. A moratorium on the 5% cigarette tax adjustment weakens its purpose by making cigarettes cheaper. It erodes health gains and reduces revenues, while vape taxes remain lower. So, ang sa tingin ko po ay ang dapat po natin gawin ay hindi po moratorium, kundi isang makatwiran at pantay na pagbubuwis sa sigarilyo, heated tobacco at vape products. Isang balancing hakbang para mapangalagaan ang kalusugan at masiguro na tama ang kita mula sa buwis. At ito na po ang aking proposal. So, I've computed for cigarettes, syempre po, walang moratorium. For vapor products, 61.42 per ml, including a 20% ad valorem for the device. Sa ngayon po, wala pong sin tax ang device. For HTP, for heated tobacco products, the current tax is about 34.16. I propose that it be 51.36 per pack. And so that will redound to a uniform tax of 3.929 per stick for all three types of products. So yan po ang aking presentation, Mr. Chair. So,
final unit cost per stick
is 3.929. It's the second to the last column. It's the second to the last column. So by...
I'm sorry, third to the last.
Yeah, sorry. So third to the last column. With a proposed 61.42 per ml for vapor products, a 51.36 per pack for heated tobacco products, and by keeping the cigarette sin tax rates as is, we end up with a uniform tax regime for all three types of products. So again po, a sin tax regime, particularly for cigarettes, for these products, meaning a high uniform specific tax, which had been successful in the past of producing both public health gains as well as revenue gains for the government, had been successful. So maraming salamat, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. I don't think DOF and BIR will make a comment.
Can I ask?
Yes,
also?
Congressman Go.
Yeah. How do you equate yung stick that you computed here at 3 point something pesos and the equivalent of this sa Vape?
Sa kanya 10.
Yes. How do you equate?
She computed it at 10. Behavioral.
Let me explain.
Yeah, please.
Pakilagay ulit.
Sticks per day. Why? How do you compute that?
So the
How do you
pods-
compute yung stick dun
Hindi,
sa... that
It's, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, so for vape products, which
Back.
back this next please.
Next.
No, forward. This
Yeah.
one. Okay, so using data from the USNIH, I found that one vape pod is equivalent to 5 days of consumption, and then using data from the Global Adult Tobacco Survey,
Average consumption is still 6 per day.
ano nga ba? What's the 5 days? No, what's 5 days? 5 days is the average.
One pod.
So 5 days is one pod, and then per day, based on GATS, the average is 10 days, 10 sticks per day. So, yan ang equivalence. Therefore, 50 sticks
In 5
is
days.
equivalent to one pod. That's the equivalence.
Have we validated that by people who are before using the cigarette and this time they move to vaping? Do we have validation to prove that this one is equivalent to one vape pod is equivalent to 10 cigarette sticks? How did we validate that?
Well, yung kanya naman is from GATS.
GATS.
Yeah, that's
So
why.
generally, most of the time when we make decisions on cigarette taxes, we use the GATS as our...
Yeah, but how do we validate that
well,
given the consumption levels
it
of
is-
consumers in the country? Usually now, let's say before, they are using so many number of sticks per day, and we say that this is equivalent to one vape
Well,
run.
yan sinasabi niya kasi yung isang pad equal sa 50. So parang sinasabi lang naman niya na isang araw, 10 ang nagagamit.
But-
Kasi 5
But
beses.
the only purpose for doing this is to determine uniformity. That's the only purpose.
Comparability.
Yes, it's only for comparability. So right now, kasi Right now, it's at, where are we? Where's your, where's your?
You know, as a consumer,
Sure,
you
right.
always,
Ayan, yeah, tama.
as a consumer, you normally optimize your resources by choosing other alternative. So in this particular case, it's the decision of the consumer to move from using stick cigarette to, let's say, this vapor pod. No? That's the decision because you want to allocate your resources from one alternative to another alternative. And now you would like to penalize them by doing this, by imposing higher taxes to an alternative that is optimized by the individual user of the cigarette.